Hey, Irvin, Amanda, Shalama, how are you guys? Could you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you guys can hear me because I'm always having technical difficulties with my channel. Okay, good. So, how are you guys doing? Irvin wants to divorce. He's not even married and wants a divorce. I hear ya. I get that. Oh my gosh. I just don't know what it is, but YouTube's just got me all been out of shape tonight. I don't know why. I don't even listen to it. And then you go scrolling, and there's some reason you just have to push it. And when you do, it makes you want to puke. Hey, cotton candy boobs, how are you? Anyways, I know Irvin's not married. So I take it he's never had a divorce. Have you ever been married, Irvin? Amanda, I know you have. What about Shalama and Cotton Candy? I was married. I was, I was with him for 26 years, married 24, and been divorced for 9. No, 10. It was 10 years in February. So yeah, I still struggle. Even though I'm engaged, I still struggle. And I didn't know if anybody else had ever dealt with. I mean, there's so many things that I just can't get over, and I don't know how. I'm divorced twice, never again. And see, that was my thing. If I was ever going to get married, it was only going to be one time, and I wanted my kids to all have the same dad, which I got that. And it's just something about marriage, it scares me. I was with my very first boyfriend. I got with him when I was 16, married him, and was together 26 years. And then all of a sudden, and it was me, I was the one that wanted the divorce. It was just, I can't just say it was all him. We all, I mean, it takes two to fight and stuff, but there's so many things that I just couldn't get past. Like, he would get upset if I went to Walmart and was gone 10 minutes longer than what I should. And he would call me freaking out. I wasn't allowed to not go without my kids. I had 2 little ones at the time, and it's like, and I don't have to worry about that now, but I still don't get it. Hey, Without Borders, how are you? Yeah, it's going to be hard. I don't think I'll be able to. It's almost like it will destroy me or something. I don't know. It scares me. How are you doing, Without Borders? And I will say never. Yeah, we've talked about that, Amanda. Very. I don't know. And now, Jim, he's amazing, but like, he'll go all day and not talk to me. And then I get to thinking, well, does he even care? But I'm just so used to that person calling every 15 minutes and driving me crazy. I just got done watering mine too. And it is hot. How long was you with the serious relationship, Cotton Candy? Because I mean, Marriage or not, when you're with somebody and it's a bad relationship, it affects you. I went to counseling, and I'm not ashamed of it, because I swear that is exactly what helped me. You ain't lying. Well, hello, Tamara. How are you? You're studying? Well, thank you for coming in and saying hello. You'll have to come back another time when you're not studying. But yeah, I think counseling helped me. And I know when I was married and, I would go to church or whatever, but did I really listen and did I understand? No. I just thought, okay, if I go to church, I'm going to be okay. Well, I didn't pay attention. My thoughts were always racing, what I've got to do instead of being in church. And I still don't go to church because too many things really upset me. There's a lot of hypocrites out there that ruin religion. And I shouldn't even say religion, because I have no religion other than Jesus. But I'm saying that once I developed a relationship with him, everything else just kind of fell into place for me. Oh, I'm still with the dude 4 years. I'm ashamed, but being honest. Oh, I hate that for you, especially if you're not happy, because life is too short to be unhappy. I know that. But still, I think I was telling you this, Amanda, and Without Borders. I've been with Jim for 9 years, and it's crazy, but he will do something, and in my mind, I'm saying, well, that's not how he did it, or that's not what you would. Why do I mean? I constantly compare stupid stuff, and I shouldn't. If Jim don't pick up something, whatever, and I would say in my mind, well, he used to at least pick his clothes up. I don't know why I do that. And I don't get mad and I don't get upset. It's the struggle. The struggle's real on how do you go from being with somebody for so long to another relationship and actually be happy. It's almost like you have a little bit of guilt or something. Yeah, totally different personality. Hey, Irvin. Well, I hope your plan works out for you, Cotton Candy. And by gosh, if you ever want to talk, just get a hold of me. It was easier divorcing than just breaking up. It's crazy how some people are just wired. Yeah, I get that. Well, I left my ex, I bet 15 times, but he would manipulate me back by saying, you always wanted our kids to have their parents together. And that was the one thing I always said. So he would say he would change, and he would change for 3 months, and I would go back and everything was good for 3 months. We did fishing tournaments. But honestly, that was the only thing he ever did with me, was fishing tournaments. And like, he would not go to any of my kids' school conferences, Christmas concerts, spring choirs, teachers conferences, softball games. I coached softball, all 3 of my girls, from my 31-year-old clear down to my youngest, who's now 17. I haven't coached in 6 years, but he would never even come to one of their softball games. And it's like I developed an anger towards him. And I don't think I probably should have, because some men just don't like to do that kind of stuff. And I did. I wanted to be a part of my kids' lives. I wanted to be everywhere and never waste a moment and have the memories. See, he don't have any of that. Irvin already do. More women have them than people think. Hey, Breezy, how are you? We are talking about life after divorce or life after a longer relationship. You don't even have to be married. I was just talking about all the struggles 10 years later and being with somebody for 9 years. And that's just it. My ex would always say it was me, which I'm not saying I'm perfect. And, it does take two to fight. And I did learn during my counseling that I had to work on myself. I really did. And I did work on myself and it helped. But my ex would just constantly berate me and just constantly drag me down. And it affected me really bad. And I think that it's almost like I have PTSD from it. And I cannot stand to see people do that to others. And I don't know why, but I don't like, I told Jim when we got together, don't ever yell at me, because if you yell at me, I will be gone and I will never come back, because I can't stay, because that's all I ever got was yelled at. So when I see, and I don't even have to really necessarily like the person but it's hard for me to see other people go after people that I do like and care about. And it's like I said, it's almost like a PTSD when I see Natasha doing what she does. And it's awful. It literally makes me want to cry. And you have trauma. You were probably yeah. And I know that people think I'm mad at him or don't want to, interact, but I just can't. I just can't. I mean, we're human. We are people. No matter how big and bad and tough we act, we still have a soul that it's got to hurt. And I will even say this, as much as Natasha deserves it, I don't even want to see people go after her. And it's just not right. And I won't be around it. And that goes back to, I think, because of everything that I went through. Yeah, I think we talked about that Without Borders. Yeah. It's sad. And nobody, and it's not just women, you guys know the story with my friend. Actually was my friend. She passed away, and I prayed for 3 months for God to just take her so she could be at peace, because that woman was never going to be happy here on this earth ever. And it goes back to, she had a rough childhood. Okay. So when she got older, she wanted everyone to feel like her life was perfect. And she never talked about it. She never admitted that she was fucked up and needed counseling. I went and got her paperwork. She needed to fill it out. I took her places. She wouldn't go in. She would always say, there's nothing wrong with me. It's him. And it wasn't him. I don't know how he survived as long as he did. Oh my gosh, that marriage. And she's gone. And now he's here wondering, what the hell? Where did the last 35 years go? And he can't even question it because she's not here. And every time he did before her cancer, it just ended up in a huge fight. And then when she got cancer, he felt guilty, and it would, but she would just come after him and he had to leave. Or she was probably going to kill him. I mean, it was bad. So anyways, I do know that it just came to me. That's probably why I don't like people being so evil and hateful and rude and crude to others, because of things that I went through in my marriage. And I think it was Without Borders. I think I said this to you. I think I'm a little freaking naive, that thinking that very few of us can come together and change the community and bring it back to what it was before. That is never going to happen, ever. As much as I want to think that we can do that and we have the power, there's no way, because we can't change somebody and who they are. Although I wish we could. So I'm just kind of hanging out by myself and trying not to scroll and push on that video. I don't know why I do. I try not to. And then I just get either mad, sad, whatever. I go through every emotion by watching a video that somebody's dragging somebody. We can try like hell to make some parts of it better. Exactly. And that's what we're trying to do. I want to have fun, because what's sad is when you don't go and you don't chat, you miss the communication that you made a friendship with some of these people, and you don't get to talk to them anymore, because I can't go into a chat when they're dragging somebody that I like. I could before, but it bothered me, and I just said I won't do that no more. And then when I do get upset, I go overboard sometimes, and I got to realize this is not my life, but it is somebody else's. That's where I struggle with always wanting to try to help somebody. I remember when Natasha lost all her channels, and I felt bad for her. And I even said several times, YouTube should just at least give her true crime channel back and tell her one more time, you're done. You drag somebody, you do a fundraiser or whatever she does, I don't even know what it's called. Don't do that. Just stick with true crime, because she could help. She could, she's got a large following. She could do a lot for a true crime case. But nope. She got one channel, made another or whatever, and I don't think she's done any true crime. And I'm like, that pisses me off. I think that she just needs to be off of YouTube or any social media, because somebody's gonna get hurt with her. Hello, Alexis. Yeah, we're talking about life after divorce. I'm sure you've seen it on the Irvin. I was talking about Natasha. I felt bad for her when all of her channels, I wanted them to give her another chance, and I'm stupid, because I thought maybe she could do true crime and make a difference. And we're just talking about how the reason why I can't handle people yelling at each other and going through all this bullshit on YouTube is because that's what my marriage was like. And it just actually came to me. And I think that's the reason why I have PTSD and people yelling at each other and tearing each other down like that. It's terrible. Yep. So yeah, I mean, and then you do get with somebody that's a good person. And I'm kind of scared. Am I going to ruin it? Hey, Lynn, how are you? I mean, obviously, we've been together 9 years and we're still together and we don't fight. And he's amazing to my girls and my grandkids. He's really good. Um, Sometimes I think he's a workaholic, but I can't complain about that. Oh, yeah, they are. They're nasty as the next one. And like I've said, if people just quit, what do I want to say? Going, commenting on somebody else doing something or saying something about them, just don't even respond. There's going to be nothing that they can talk about with that person anyway. They're going to move on to hopefully true crime and not another person. But that's what I'm saying, Cotton Candy. It sucks when you don't want to involve in it, be involved in the drama and the chat. You miss the people, the subscribers, even the creators. But I know how I would feel. Let's say Without Borders was holding up a panel, and let's say Cotton and Amanda come in and one started talking about me. It makes you wonder. I'm hoping they would leave. I wouldn't want them to just sit in that chat and, carry on, even though if they don't say anything about me, it's just being in there. And that's all that creator's doing is dragging me. That would hurt. I can't even hate, watch, and lurk. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of Zav Girl, going back and listening to Allie's videos and Christina Randall, even True Crime Daily. I have no life. So when I'm working and when I'm not busy, I do. That's how I come across that Tanner Ward, was that True Crime Daily thing. And I'm like, what the heck? I had not heard of that. Crazy Crime Check. Yeah. So, I mean, I think but I miss the way it was, like when I first came to YouTube. You like Natasha, if we didn't, we just kept our mouth shut. At least most people did. But now it's just, let's see let's see who we can drag tonight, and let's see how low we can bring them. And when I see somebody cry, I want to reach out to that person because I feel bad. And that doesn't mean that they didn't do anything, but nobody deserves to be drugged like Natasha does. I felt so bad for Country Joe. And I don't even watch Country Joe. I felt so bad for her the other day. I feel like Natasha has the devil in her. For her to want and get off on hurting people like that, and the more she hurts them, the more happier she gets. She's got an illness, or she's possessed by a demon. Yeah, I like CJ Cotton Kid. I just don't ever watch her because she's not doing a lot of true crime. So, and just like the other day, and I'm not a moderator to Granny's Watching anymore. The other day made me sick when she was actually doing a true crime on that Summer Wells case, and that guy come in, and it was terrible. I mean, why why did that person have to do that? Yeah, Irvin, I think a lot of people like Brittany. A lot of people like Granny. Uh, I will never make, I mean, I like everybody as a person. I mean, them as a person, I love them. I love everybody except for Natasha. And I just dislike her right now. But I just don't like some of the issues they do on their channel. But I can't change them, but I can make sure I don't get involved in it, because I don't want to be involved in hurting somebody and making somebody feel like they are worthless. There's a lot of things I don't agree with. I just don't involve myself with it. You know what I mean? Yes, she is, Amanda. I just know that this community used to be a very, very good community. And I would like, even if they, a channel creator pick one case, one true crime case, and allow their subscribers to, listen to that too. They don't, that way they don't always have to listen to, because I feel some of the subscribers do it because they feel like, they support that person. No matter what, they're going to support whatever they talk about. But anyway, that's not what my video was about. It just came to me about, that's the reason why I don't like people yelling at each other, and because I dealt with that. And it breaks my heart. Let's see. Yeah, but not being involved also gets looked bad, like you have to always say something every time. Nah, I don't. I mean, if that makes me a bad person, then it makes me a bad person. I won't. I don't care what it makes me. If people want to think that, I know that a lot of people have said that there's no way I'm as nice as what I seem. That's their whatever. I truly try to be nice to everybody. And I do know that sometimes being nice gets you screwed. You get screwed over. Yep, Len, that's what I told Jim once we got together. I said, you yell at me, don't ever yell at me, because I will be gone and I will never look back. I cannot stand, I mean, yelling gets you nowhere. And I know when people yell, some of the my blood pressure, I can feel my blood pressure just going up, and I get a sick feeling. It's terrible. So maybe and I'm not telling you guys what to do, but sometimes, I know you want to support that creator, and maybe you don't like the person that they're going after or talking about. I don't know. It doesn't matter if I like him or not. Don't get me wrong, I have freaked out a few times that I probably shouldn't have, but it was wrong, and I felt terrible for the person. Yep. My heart rate goes up, and I get sick at my stomach, and I shake, and it's like, ugh. Like I said, I don't know. I guess when you go through a bad marriage and then a bad divorce, it'll probably affect you the rest of your life. And that's why I am glad I went to counseling. if you just stay true to yourself and stay in your lane, then you're good on here, in my opinion. I go everywhere, no issues, and don't care what anyone thinks. There you go. And that, if I was stronger and could deal with what's being talked about, I wouldn't care either. It's me personally. I don't want to hear it. I like to, I'm the type of person that I want to hear laughing and joking and actual different cases. Yeah, I would too, Lynn, because it did help me. It helped me a lot. I mean, there was a lot of times I thought that maybe I shouldn't have left, and, for my kids, and should I ever go back? I mean, there was times he would try to manipulate me, even up until 5 years ago. It was hard. I had to stay strong. And then I know it wasn't just me, because I've been with Jim all these years, and I think he's had 5 different girlfriends. Yeah, the whole world does need therapy. Just to talk about it, and say, am I wrong? Am I right? Should I be feeling like this? I go back to the way Shelley, she didn't talk about anything. She held everything in, and she ended up spiraling, and she went, crazy. And I think it got worse when she was diagnosed with cancer, because she lost all control of everything, her own life, her husband. She lost all control. She had no more control with anything that was going to happen. Yeah, I have panic attacks if I listen to the wrong live. I don't chat a lot. Yeah. And like I said, I'm lurking, believe me. And if it gets too much, I just move on. And when I moved in with my now husband, I struggled with PTSD and did 14 months of weekly therapy. No shame in my game. Absolutely. I agree. And like I said, I don't think Jim has ever raised his voice to me. He knows, probably because I told him I can't deal with that. But sometimes I'll think, well, does he have any emotion? I mean, is there a little bit of in between, And I don't know why I feel like that. I go from one extreme to the next. Len, I agree. Admitting that you need it is the hardest part. If I didn't do therapy, I would have never been able to have another relationship. I do know that. I probably would have been alone for the rest of my life. Other than my kids, of course. I love your happy ever after, though, without borders. God knew what he was doing when he put you two together. That's for sure. And that's another thing, Cotton Candy. You're a very strong person to even admit to that, because there isn't nothing wrong with that. A lot of people have it, but they don't want to admit to having any type of mental illness ever. I have a lot of respect for you. And like Amanda, I've been on the phone with her when she's had her anxiety attacks. They're terrible. I'm not even really sure I know what an anxiety attack feels like, but if it's like where your heart races and you start shaking, it, like when I hear somebody yelling at someone else. But hey, Rena, there's a lot of different anxiety attacks, I think. Some things that Amanda goes through, it's sad. Sometimes I honestly would rather be alone with my little one than start over. I've always been good on my own, but having a partner is nice too on days. Yeah. I want to see. I agree. My therapist told me that I broke because for the first time in my life, I was being unconditionally loved, and allowed me to break and finally face all the shit from my past. Wow. Boy, that was a strong statement there, Without Borders. Because that's just it. We're broken. And talking about being unconditionally loved. Wow. It's truth. It is. How are you doing, Rena? Irvin, you are such a good guy. He kills me. I think the majority of people do have anxiety. They just don't want to admit to it. I take 5 different meds a day for my mental health. They gave me my life back. Thank God. I'm glad that they were able to, because a lot of people I know, I mean, just like my daughter, my 17-year-old, it'll be a year in July when she fell off the back of that side by side. I don't know, maybe some of you guys didn't know about this, but she fell off the back of a side by side, hit the hitch, and then hit the concrete. Ended up having they diagnosed her with a traumatic brain injury. It took her 2.5 hours to get 20 minutes from where this happened to the hospital because her blood pressure was dropping. She was throwing up. Anyways, this child went from being my little sidekick. I love you, Mom. You're the best mom. To immediately after this accident going through something I have never experienced in my life, or seen, should I say. She was hateful, mean, crying for no reason. It was awful. She went from being on no medication to 7 medications between her depression, her anxiety, her migraines, her nausea. It's been a mess. After almost a year, though, she's finally getting back to my happy-go-lucky sidekick that loves her mommy. That was hard. I thought I would tell the doctor, you either get her on something or you're going to have to put me on something or lock me up because I can't take any more of this. I had never had a daughter and I've got 3 daughters. One's 31, one's 18, and now she's 17, ever talk to me like that. And I knew they kept telling me she couldn't help it, because where it affected her was it affected all her emotions. And it was terrible. I don't want to ever have to go through something like that. I can't imagine how she felt, though. And so, yeah, she's takes 7 medications, and the neurologist said he could fix the migraine part, and then she sees 2 different, her primary and then her psychiatrist or whatever. Hopefully she won't have to be on all the anxiety and depression medicine for the rest of her life, but more than likely she'll have to be on the migraine medicine, because I've had migraines since I was 13. So, good night, Without Borders. Have a good night. Oh my gosh, Lynn, it was awful. It was bad. That was the most scariest night of my life. I guess I did not realize that something like that affects their emotions. But that is the one thing it does affect. I'm a cool cat. So yeah, it's and now if I would have been with my ex, he would have yelled at Caitlin and told her to get over it, and she was using this as an excuse to, who knows what. Jim, he was so good with her and so understanding, and he's got more patience than anybody I know. I want to be a cougar. I'm almost a cougar, Breezy says. Well, Lan, and that's what I thought. Because they ended up having to try like 4 different medications as far as her emotions and stuff. But no, before they even put her on any, it was bad. And then they would slowly add one and it wouldn't help. So they would add another one, and then they would take her off of that one and then put her on this one. And finally, like I said, it'll be a year next month. She's finally back to herself. He's very good to us. And my grandkids love him. Y'all don't want to be a cougar. Has anybody heard of the little girl that I seen something where they were looking in the drains at the house, little girl that had went missing a long time ago, and they were searching the floors. Does anybody know if they found anything? I can't even remember what the little girl's name was. Yeah, Harmony Montgomery. Did they find her? Does anybody know yet? Gosh, it makes me sick. And of course, when we're all into true crime, you see all the evil that really goes on out there. Oh my gosh. Poor little girl. Sad, sad, sad. Does anybody know, is there any good videos going on tonight that's not drama? Gosh, I wonder what the evidence is they found. I just don't understand how people can do that. I was listening to one this morning. Who was it that? Bella. Bella was the girl that did it. I really like her. Bella Flora or something like that. She's from Australia or something. She did a video of a girl that went on vacation with her friends and never to be, just didn't come back. Nobody reported her missing or anything. And the mom and dad ended up filing a missing report. And I think they just found her like 13 years later. Yeah. And those were her friends. Irvin. They took sheetrock, a couple sheets of it, and not sure what else. They opened the manholes and put, Me too, Cotton Candy. You literally just think that hopefully you'll find that missing piece if it's something that, hasn't, if it's a case that hasn't been solved, you just want to find that missing piece. That one last night, it got to me. It really did. If any of you guys wasn't on here last night, go watch the Tanner Ward one I did last night. That is so sad. Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't it the mom and dad that did something with her? Wasn't it the child's own parents? Or was it a stepmom and dad? The Lab is a good true crime channel. I've never heard of it. Ooh, the refrigerator. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dad and step. The Lab. I'm going to have to look that one up. The Lab. Is it the Lab 2.0 or just the Lab? The dad had a girlfriend that recently passed away. Under suspicious circumstances or from something else? Lynn, do you know if it's just the Lab or the Lab 2.0? It must be just the Lab. They do a lot of Chris McDonough stuff, huh? And Summer Wells stuff. Summer Wells, I've tried to follow that case. I just can't follow it. There's so much. And so much like a circus. I can't do it. I get too frustrated. Oh, you think OD'd? Not positive. Sleuth Mom is a great I think I've heard. Oh, 10 to Life is the other one. I really like her. She is a sweetheart. And she's a young, but she's got little kids. She's she's really good. Someday I'm going to be just like her, only different. I'm getting better at reading the comments though, you guys. You guys got to admit. A little naive. Yeah, but so am I think. Obviously I am. Oh, yes, Kimberly, I do. Her voice will calm me down, and if I want to go to sleep, I will listen to her. Not that she's boring, it's just the way she tells a story. Yes, Sleuth Mom. I'm gonna go subscribe right now. I'm trying to find channels that I can watch. Sleuth Mom. Okay. And I would, like I said, I really would go back to watching my normal channel creators if they didn't get so mad at others. I guess I'm like, if they want to talk about me, oh well, let them talk. I don't get mad at stuff like that. My feelings may get hurt, but it would never. I can't say that. I shouldn't have said that because nobody's ever went after my kids or went real life on me. So I can't say that. I shouldn't have. Just scratch that. 10 to Life was in on the Michael Long case and helped him exploit his daughter and raise over 2,000 plus. She built her channel off that case pretty much. I do like Annie though. The Michael Long case. Why do I not know that case? And helped him exploit his daughter and raise over two. You mean she raised over 200,000 for her or for the case, like to help with the case? Some people just have the knack, I think, that can literally, and maybe once I do it longer, I have to have notes, like especially so I don't forget something. Oh gosh, you do not want to know. Oh, now you're gonna that. Okay, Lynn, right there, you are. That makes me want to go look now. Dad had a GoFundMe and raised money. Oh, and it wasn't. I take it wasn't where it was supposed to have went. But she's not 100% reliable. I guess if you're not a family member and you maybe I'm saying that just like last night, I tried to find out. I went through so many different trying to figure out where that kid's if he had his shoes on. I could never find anything. I don't know. He scammed it all. Oh wow. Fake essay claims on the little girl. Oh, that's this Michael. Did he get in trouble for that? Parental. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't want to go watch that. Wow. Good. That's where he belongs. Disgusting. Does the mom have the little girl now then? That's disgusting. Crazy. Just nuts. People are crazy. You guys hear my puppy barking? I think my dog has social anxiety. If she don't see me, like she can be fully asleep. If I get up and walk to the other, she is up and immediately on my heels. Out of state in therapy. So sad. I've never heard of that case. Not, I mean, maybe if I seen a picture, but I don't, the name does not ring a bell at all. Gosh, I'm sure a lot of therapy. There's another, I cannot think of her name. Oh boy. I really hope she's getting good therapy because she's at the age where, you know, that's sad. Very sad. Gosh, makes me sick. Oh, I'm anxious to see. I hope that you hope that they don't find her, the one little girl that's they're looking for now. But then again, you hope she's not, you know, suffering somewhere that you'd rather at least people would know. Somebody took one of my kids and I didn't know what, oh my gosh. They'd have to throw me in a psych ward. I would say. So when did Tend to Life do that, like promote all this? I guess I can just maybe go to her and type in the guy's name. Yeah, because I forgot it. Like I said, it was that stepmom. Oh, I could not imagine what that poor mom's going through. Yeah, she was adorable. Absolutely adorable. Sweetest little thing. Anyways, guys, I better get off here. My daughter's called. My dog's barking, probably needing to go to the bathroom. August, September 2000. I'm going to go check it out just to see if I know who it is. But I appreciate you guys coming on and talking with me. Will be 2 years. Man, I don't think I do know that case. Because I've been on YouTube since the Watts case. 2020. Dang it. I'm going to have to go see just to look into it because I don't know that case. Well, thank you guys for letting me know and giving me some more channel creators to go check out. If you guys know of any more, put them in the comments for me. Alrighty. Will you guys do that for me? 2020. I'm going to go check it out as soon as I get some stuff done. Anyways, you guys have a great night, and I will probably see you guys somewhere tomorrow, okay? I've already got Sleuth Mom. I've already subscribed. Thank you for telling me about him. Her and that other one. I appreciate it. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Thank you for coming on. I'll see you guys tomorrow somewhere, I'm sure. Good night.